What's up, guys? I hope you had a great weekend. Christmas is unfortunately over, but I hope you still have a great weekend. I hope your Sunday was excellent. I have a couple things I want to get into. Pretty long, not too long of an episode, as long as other ones. We'll be discussing NFL and college football bowl games, all of the day's action, as well as some bowl games. But first, I want to give you my schedule for this upcoming week. A lot of things are going down. Bowl games, NFL action, some big NFL games. There's no Thursday night football game, though, this week. I don't believe that there is. Because it's getting late into the season. Usually they do a Thursday night game this week, but for some reason the NFL decided not to. Yeah, no Thursday game. Which is alright, because we still got a lot of college football action. So, the schedule is, we're doing this late night sports talk Sunday, final of the Christmas special. Sorry I didn't go live for any games today. I was planning on New England and Buffalo as well as Dallas and Washington. But didn't have enough time for Buffalo and New England. And then Dallas and Washington was going to go live, but it was a blowout. I was like, why am I going to go live for something that's 42-7 at halftime? Which we're going to get into all of those games and more. So Monday, NFL morning kickoff show will be previewing Monday Night Football, Miami and New Orleans. Then tomorrow night, I'll also preview the Tuesday college football bowl action because I won't have time to do it Tuesday. But then we'll also be live. 3 games that I'll probably be going live for. Hopefully, probably not all of them actually, but I'm attempting to go live for all of them on Tuesday. Probably not the whole second half, but just once it gets close, down into that fourth quarter, if it's a close game, we'll be going live. The Holiday Bowl, the Liberty Bowl, and I think it's the Guaranteed Rate Bowl on Tuesday. Yeah, so we'll be going live for those on Tuesday. Wednesday is there a lot of action Wednesday? Sorry, forgetting. Wednesday in college football we have a good amount of games. So Wednesday, college football morning kickoff show, and then going live for the night game, the Alamo Bowl, Oregon, Oklahoma. And then Thursday morning, games start early, 8:30, North Carolina, South Carolina, in the Mayo Bowl. That's going to be a good game. So I might be forgetting a little bit of things, but I'll post a schedule probably on my Instagram. But Thursday is the college football morning kickoff show. We have 4 bowl games. So we'll be previewing those at that time, either on here or on my Twitch. And then going live for games throughout the day. Probably the Mayo Bowl, going live for that. Music City Bowl, Peach Bowl, then probably for sure the night game, the Las Vegas Bowl. Friday is some good games in the bowl game. So I'll be in the playoff games. So kickoff show early Friday morning. We'll have that kickoff show early, and then not going to be able to go live for any games because I'll be watching those games at someone's house. But then Friday night we'll have the kickoff show for Saturday because I'm not going to be able to make that on Saturday morning. But then I'll be going live probably second half of the Sugar Bowl on Saturday. And then NFL action plan on Sunday is to have the kickoff show for the NFL, Arizona, Dallas, second half, and Sunday Night Football, second half, Vikings, Packers. So yeah, that is the plan for this week. So let's go ahead and get into it. We have 7 topics to go over. We'll have the NFL Sunday recap, of course. We'll preview Monday Night Football, of course. Saints, Dolphins. We'll talk about the bowl game cancellations, and we'll preview tomorrow's Quick Lane Bowl. Not going to be going live for that, but we'll preview it. 4, we'll have the biggest surprises of the week in the NFL Sunday action. We'll have the biggest upset of the week. We'll have the biggest team that was the biggest disappointment. And we'll take a look at the playoff picture. That's all coming up right now. So let's get into it. So recapping all the NFL games. We go through stats. We look at exactly what went down. So first, let's see how I did with my predictions. First game on Thursday was San Francisco, Tennessee, 0-1. Green Bay, Cleveland, 1-1. 1-2, 2-2, 3-2. Did I pick the Jets? I think I did. 4-2, 5-2, 5-3, 6-3, 6-4, 7-4, 7-5. Wait, no, I picked. I'm pretty sure that I picked. I'll have to go back, but I'm pretty sure I picked Nick Foles and the Bears. They got that done. 8-4, 9-4. Pretty good. 10-4, 11-4. I'm pretty sure I went 11-4 with my picks, and we still have the same Dolphins tomorrow, so pretty good. But anyway, let's recap them. First, we recapped all the games leading up to the Sunday action, so let's just do the Sunday action. Atlanta, Detroit. Atlanta got a big win. They're now 7-8. Detroit now 2-12-1. Atlanta's still probably not going to make the playoffs. I don't think they've officially been eliminated, but they would have to win out and get a lot of help. For Detroit, Jared Goff was out, so Tim Boyle was 24 for 34, 187 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. Jamal Adams carried the ball 19 times for 77 yards. Reynolds carried the ball 11 times for 29 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown caught 9 passes for 91 yards. Reynolds caught 2 passes for 36 yards. Josh Reynolds caught 36 yards. Craig Reynolds had 22 yards. For Atlanta, Matt Ryan was 18 out of 24 passing for 215 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no picks. Mike Davis carried the ball 7 times for 28 yards. Cordell Patterson carried the ball 7 times also, but just for 14 yards. Kyle Pitts had 6 receptions for 102 yards. Russell Gage had 4 receptions for 39 yards. And Olamide Zaccheaus had 2 receptions for 32 yards. Atlanta with the win. Detroit couldn't get a Christmas miracle. Atlanta's still probably not going to make the playoffs, but they have not officially been eliminated. But I don't see Atlanta. I don't see Detroit making it. I'm sorry, I don't see Atlanta making it. Next game. So we'll kind of go through these quickly. LA Rams, Minnesota. Rams got a big 30-23 lead, 30-23 win over Minnesota. LA is 11-4. The Rams are. Minnesota falls to 7-8, still in that playoff picture and could still make it. Matt Stafford was 21 for 37 passing, 197 yards, 2 touchdowns with 3 interceptions, but they still got it done. Sony Michel carried the ball 27 times for 131 yards. They got it done mostly with him. Cooper Kupp had 10 receptions, 109 yards. Higbee, 5 receptions, 41 yards. 4 receptions for OBJ and a touchdown with 37 yards. Sony Michel also had a touchdown in the receiving game. For Minnesota, Cousins was 27 for 38 passing, 315 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Madison carried the ball 13 times for 41 yards. Justin Jefferson had a good day with 8 catches, 116 yards. KJ Osborne, 5 catches, 68 yards. Tyler Conklin, 4 catches, 44 yards. Adam Thielen, 3 catches, 40 yards. Alexander Madison, 3 catches, 29 yards. 2 interceptions for Anthony Barr. That is my guy out of Loyola. 1 interception also for Xavier Woods. And for the LA Rams, Travian Howard had an interception. Big win for the Rams. They are now first place in the NFC West, taking advantage of the Cardinals' loss. Minnesota's still in it, but they have a tough game next week against Green Bay, which is going to be a good game on Saturday Night Football. So Rams with a 30-23 win. Next, the New York Jets defeated Jacksonville 26-21. Jacksonville is 2-13. New York Jets are 4-11. Trevor Lawrence, 26 for 39 yards passing. For 39, he had 280 yards passing, no touchdowns, no picks. Dare Ogun Bowley for Jacksonville carried the ball 17 times, 57 yards, and a score. Trevor Lawrence kept it himself 6 times for 37 yards. Marvin Jones caught 8 passes for 74 yards. Tavon Austin caught 6 passes for 68 yards. 4 catches for Treadwell with 58 yards. 4 catches also for O'Shaughnessy. 4 receptions, 49 yards. For the New York Jets, Zach Wilson was 14 for 22, passing 102 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. Michael Carter carried the ball 16 times for 118 yards, but it was Zach Wilson scoring the rushing touchdown. He kept it himself 4 times for 91 yards and a score. Tavon Coleman for the Jets carried the ball 14 times, 57 yards, no touchdowns. In the receiving game, Braxton Berrios had 5 receptions, 37 yards. Tyler Kroft had 3 receptions, 29 yards. Keenan Cole, 2 receptions, 35 yards. Braxton Berrios had a kick return touchdown. So, good win for the Jets. Philadelphia defeating the New York Giants 34-10. New York Giants are 4-11 now. Philadelphia is now 8-7. New York Giants, I assume they're officially eliminated from playoff contention. Daniel Jones was out, so Mike Glennon threw 27 passes. He completed 17 of those for 93 yards, a touchdown, interception. Jake Fromm threw 17 passes. He completed 6 of those for just 25 yards, no touchdowns, and 1 interception. Saquon Barkley just hasn't been himself. 15 carries for 32 yards and no touchdowns. 6 carries for Booker with 27 yards. Kadarius Toney with 4 receptions, 28 yards. 3 receptions for Kenny Golladay with 22 yards. Booker had 4 receptions, 19 yards. Penny with 4 receptions, 18 yards. Evan Ingram 4 receptions, 17 yards. For Philadelphia, Jalen Hurts was 17 for 29 yards. 17 for 29, 199 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Miles Sanders carried the ball 7 times for 45 yards and no touchdowns. Boston Scott had the touchdown for Philadelphia. He carried it 12 times for 41 yards and a touchdown. 9 carries for Jordan Howard, 37 yards. In the receiving game, Devontae Smith caught 5 passes for 80 yards. Watkins caught 3 passes for 43 yards. 2 catches for Dallas Goedert for 28 yards. Jordan Howard caught 2 passes for 19 yards. Jalen Reagor caught 2 passes for 15 yards. An interception by Alex Singleton and an interception by Rodney McLeod. So a good win for Philadelphia to keep on fighting in that playoff picture, which we'll talk about later. This was a big win. Buffalo defeating New England 33-21. They both had the same record of 9-6. Josh Allen was 30 for 47 passing, 314 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Josh Allen was also the leading rusher with 12 carries himself, 64 yards, no touchdowns. Devin Singletary had a touchdown with 12 carries for 39 yards. Isaiah McKenzie caught 11 passes for 125 yards and a touchdown. Stephon Diggs caught 7 passes for 85 yards and a touchdown. And Devin Singletary caught 5 passes for 39 yards. 2 catches for Sanders, 20 yards. 2 catches for Dawson Knox, 11 yards, but a touchdown on one of them. And Micah Hyde had 2 big interceptions. For New England, it was a rough day for Mac Jones, who was just 14 for 32 passing, 145 yards. No touchdowns. 2 picks, though, thrown by Zach Wilson. Damian Harris still had a good game for New England. 18 carries, 103 yards, 3 touchdowns. Mac Jones kept himself 6 times for 33 yards. Jacoby Myers had 6 receptions for 59 yards. Kendrick Bowen, 2 receptions, 33 yards. 2 receptions for Bolden with 20 yards. So an excellent win for Buffalo. They take control of the division. And they could very well go on to win this division, the AFC East. Both tied with the record, but this tiebreaker really helped Buffalo. A huge win for Buffalo. Moving on, Cincinnati, Baltimore. Cincinnati defeated Baltimore 41-21. Baltimore is now 8-7. They're still in the playoff picture though. Cincinnati 9-6. They are the 4th seed and lead the division. That division is still wide open. For Baltimore, Josh Johnson threw 40 passes. He completed 28 of them. Had a solid game with 304 yards passing, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception, especially for a third stringer. Devontae Freeman carried the ball 6 times for 17 yards and a touchdown. 5 carries for Murray, only 12 yards. And Josh Johnson kept it himself 5 times for just 10 yards. Mark Andrews, big receiving game, 8 catches, 25 yards, and a touchdown. James Crouch, 7 catches, 76 yards, and no touchdowns. Marquise Brown, 5 catches, 44 yards, and no touchdowns. Rashad Bateman, 4 catches, 26 yards, and a touchdown. For the Cincinnati Bengals, a record game by Joe Burrow, one of the best games by a Cincinnati quarterback ever. He had Cincinnati scored 31 points in the first half. Burrow was 37 for 46 passing, for 525 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Joe Mixon carried the ball 18 times, 65 yards, and a touchdown. T. Higgins caught a record day, also 12 catches, 194 yards, 2 touchdowns. 7 catches for Jamar Chase, 125 yards. 3 catches Tyler Boyd, 85 yards and a touchdown. 6 catches Joe Mixon, 70 yards and a touchdown. Interception by Von Bell. So a big win for Cincinnati. They're now first place in the division. Baltimore's still in it right now as a 7th seed, but a huge win for Cincinnati. What a day for Joey Burrow. Next, this was a shocking game. Houston defeats the LA Chargers 41-29. Tough day for Justin Herbert. 27 for 35 passing, 336 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. Justin Jackson, 11 carries, 64 yards, 2 touchdowns. Joe Burrow kept it himself 4 times for just 15 yards. Joshua Kelly had 5 carries for just 7 yards. Justin Jackson with a good day, 8 catches, 98 yards. Jason Moore with 3 catches, 56 yards. Jared Cook with 3 catches, 44 yards. Josh Palmer, 5 catches, 43 yards. Keenan Allen, 4 catches, 35 yards. Stephen Anderson, 2 catches, 34 yards. For Houston, how about David Mills? 21 for 24 passing, 254 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. How about Rex Burkhead? He's still got it. 22 carries, 149 yards, 2 touchdowns. Royce Freeman, 12 carries, 34 yards, no touchdowns. Chris Conley had 3 receptions, 60 yards, and a touchdown. Brevin Jordan, 4 catches, 46 yards. Dorsett, 3 catches, 55 yards. 4 catches for Chris Moore and 40 yards. 3 catches for Collins, 33 yards. Interception by Thomas and Owens. So a huge upset. The Chargers upset. They're currently out of the playoff picture now. Moving on, we got a few games left. Tampa Bay handled business, 32-6 over Carolina. Tampa Bay's 11-4. Carolina's 5-10. Tom Brady threw 30 passes for. He completed 18 of them, 232 yards passing, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Keyshawn Vaughn, 7 carries, 7 yards, 1 touchdown. Ronald Jones, the second, 20 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown. Antonio Brown coming back from his suspension. He had 10 catches, 101 yards, no touchdowns. How about Cyril Grayson? 3 catches, 81 yards. On the defensive side, Jordan Whitehead with an interception. And Tampa Bay rolled to a victory. This is probably the best game of the day. Chicago, Seattle. Chicago defeats Seattle by 1 point in the snow, 25-24. How about Nick Foles, 24 for 35, passing 250 yards, a touchdown, and no interceptions. Montgomery carried the ball 21 times for just 45 yards and a touchdown. Herbert carried the ball 2 times, 21 yards, and a touchdown. Montgomery did have 7 catches for 61 yards. 5 catches for Mooney, 57 yards. Cole Kmet had 4 catches, 49 yards. 2 catches for Jimmy Graham, 30 yards. 2 catches Marquise Goodwin for 23 yards. And Chicago officially eliminates Seattle in a snowy Seattle. In our next game, how about the Las Vegas Raiders defeating Denver 17-13? Denver falls to 7-8. Las Vegas is 8-7. Drew Lock had to start for an injured Teddy Bridgewater. Drew Lock completed 15 passes out of 22 thrown. He had 153 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Javonte Williams carried the ball 7 times for just 12 yards and a touchdown. Drew Lock kept it himself twice for 10 yards. Jerry Jeudy, 3 catches, 60 yards, no touchdowns. Cortland Sutton, 4 catches, 33 yards. Noah Fant, 3 catches, 30 yards, no touchdowns in the receiving game for any of these guys. 2 catches for Tim Patrick, 18 yards. For Las Vegas, Derek Carr had a good game, 20 for 25 passing, 201 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Josh Jacobs, 27 carries, 129 yards, good day for him, no touchdowns though. But you know who did have a touchdown with 5 carries and 22 yards? How about Peyton Barber with a touchdown? Foster Monroe caught 4 catches for 67 yards, no touchdowns. Zay Jones with 6 catches for 50 yards and no touchdowns. 4 catches for Jackson, 44 yards and no touchdowns. Hunter Renfrow, 3 catches, 40 yards, and a touchdown. So Las Vegas with a big win to stay alive somewhat in the playoff picture. Well, not somewhat. They still have a chance, though. Our next game, how about my Kansas City Chiefs? The Chiefs blow out the Pittsburgh Steelers 36-10. Pittsburgh's now 7-1. Kansas City's 11-14. Ben Roethlisberger threw 35 passes. He completed 23 of them for 159 yards. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Mason Rudolph threw 8 passes. He came in late in the game. He completed 5 of those for 35 yards, no touchdowns, and no picks. Najee Harris ran the ball 93 yards, 19 carries, no touchdowns. Benny Snell, 5 carries, 20 yards. Deontay Johnson, 6 catches, 51 yards, and a touchdown. 4 catches for Chase Claypool, 41 yards. Zach Gentry, 4 catches, 31 yards. Ray McLeod, 4 catches, 25 yards. 5 catches for Najee Harris, 17 yards. 3 catches, Cody White, 16 yards. For the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes had a good day, 23 for 30 passing. 258 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Darrell Williams carried the ball 11 times, 55 yards, no touchdowns. 12 carries for Derek Gore, not Frank Gore, Derek Gore. 12 carries, 43 yards, no touchdowns. Clyde Edwards-Helaire went down with an injury. Hopefully he'll be okay. But before that, he carried the ball 9 times, 27 yards, and a touchdown. Byron Pringle had a good day for Kansas City. 6 catches, 75 yards, 2 touchdowns. Derek Gore, 3 catches, 61 yards, no touchdowns. McCole Hardman, 3 catches, 31 yards, 1 touchdown. 3 catches for Darrell Williams with 30 yards. Tyreek Hill had 2 catches for 19 yards. Remember, they were missing Kelsey. Demarcus Robinson had 2 catches for 15 yards. 2 catches, Noah Gray, 12 yards. Blake Bell, 1 catch, 11 yards. And defensively, an interception, Davis Ward. And our final game of the day was another bad blowout. The Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football, they took down the Washington football team 56-14. Kyle Allen was 8 for 10 passing, 67 yards and a touchdown. Before that, Taylor Heineke threw 22 passes for 7. He completed only 7 passes. He threw 22 passes, completed 7 of those for 121 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. Gerald Patterson carried the ball 9 times, 33 yards. Antonio Gibson carried the ball 6 times, 29 yards. Both of them no touchdown. 2 catches for Brown for 53 yards. John Bates had 2 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown. 3 catches, Terry McLaurin, 40 yards. 29 catches for Antonio Gibson. 2 catches for him, 29 yards and a touchdown. But for Dallas, how about Dak Prescott? 28 for 39 passing. 330 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Cooper Rush was 2 for 3. 70 yards passing after he came in. 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Ezekiel Elliott carried the ball 9 times for 37 yards and a touchdown. 8 carries for Tony Pollard, 34 yards, no touchdown. Dak Prescott kept it himself 4 times for 21 yards. Corey Clement had carried the ball 4 times for 18 yards. Amari Cooper had 7 receptions, 85 yards, and a touchdown. Dalton Schultz, 8 catches, 82 yards, and a touchdown. Malik Turner, 3 catches, 82 yards, and a touchdown. 4 catches, CeeDee Lamb, 66 yards. He had no touchdowns. 2 catches, 53 yards for Gallup, no touchdowns. 2 catches, Tony Pollard, 16 yards, no touchdown. 2 catches for Cedric Wilson, 10 yards, no touchdowns. Interception by DeMarcus Lawrence. It was a pick 6. And an interception by who else? Trayvon Diggs. So that's the NFL Sunday recap. Now let's transition to Monday Night Football. It is the Saints. The New Orleans Saints will be hosting at 7-7. They'll be hosting another 7-7 foe, but this one is a AFC foe. It is the 7-7 Miami Dolphins. This is our Monday Night Football game. It's a good game with having playoff implications. Both of them are not in the same conference, of course. So it's not too much of an impact, but because but this is a huge impact for both teams in their respective conferences. So let's preview this contest. Obviously, New Orleans are coming off a huge 9-0 win over Tampa Bay, where with an interim coach, they shut down one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time in Tom Brady to a 9-0 win. The loser of this game is really going to have a hard time fighting back. Miami has 6 straight wins. They're coming in this game hot. At the beginning of the season, they look like one of the worst teams in football. They've come out hot, though, recently. Miami, though, even with their 6 straight wins, with the loss, they are most likely done with this season. And so would New Orleans. New Orleans, they would need a lot of help to get in the playoffs. So would Miami. Miami has looked really good. They've held their opponents to 10 points or less in their last 6 wins. The New Orleans offense has struggled. They've scored more than 20 points only once in their last 4 games. They run the ball a lot. Miami has a good run defense. They only allow 103 rushing yards per average, 4 yards a carry. But the Saints offense, don't expect them to put up like more than maybe 25 points. But New Orleans is coming off a game where they shut out one of the best quarterbacks of all time. So why can't they do that against Miami? There's no reason why I don't see them not being able to do that. They played a really good game. Tua Tagovailoa has been turning it over a lot recently. The Miami defense has been really good. But if you look at who they play, it's been Carolina, the New York Jets, and the New York Giants, who are even missing Daniel Jones. They haven't played great offenses. Miami allowed 24 points against the New York Jets, and I think that New Orleans can put up as many points as the Jets did, especially if they can win this game with how good their defense has been. So my Monday night pick is the New Orleans Saints over the Miami Dolphins. I just realized I was supposed to preview this game tomorrow on the kickoff show. You know what? I'll still preview it on the kickoff show. We'll go probably further in depth on this game, probably for about 10 minutes. But if you are on here, obviously you'll get a sneak peek of my preview, most of what I'm going to talk about tomorrow for the kickoff show. So we'll start with the kickoff show, the Dolphins and the Saints Monday Night Football kickoff show. You got my pick, though, basically a sneak peek. I'll try to go further in detail, but if you're on here, my pick is the Saints over the Dolphins for Monday Night Football. Next, we'll preview the bowl game. I didn't mean to preview this game until tomorrow. I just realized it was on my notes, and then when I was doing it, I was like, oh no, I'm supposed to wait till tomorrow to do this. It's alright. Alright, so our lone bowl game tomorrow. Well, first the cancellations. The Military Bowl was canceled, and the Fenway Bowl was canceled. Boston College will not play tomorrow. Virginia will not play on Wednesday against SMU. So 2 bowl games canceled. And Miami is out of their Sun Bowl game against Washington State. Washington State's going to look to find an opponent, though. Maybe Illinois. We'll see. But let's go ahead and preview, after looking at the games that were canceled, let's preview our Quick Lane Bowl. The 7-5 Western Michigan Broncos and the 8-4 Nevada Wolfpack. This should be a good game. Obviously, it's not quite the New Year's 6 type game, but still should be a solid game. Nevada had a good regular season. Their quarterback strong, threw for 4,000 yards, a little over 4,000. 36 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Western Michigan finished the MAC and the season 7-5. Their quarterback Caleb Elby has thrown for a little over 3,000 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. Sky Moore, he has 91 receptions for over 1,000 yards. Jalen Hall has 700 yards, a little over that. And defensively, Barnes has 67 total tackles. Ali Fayad has 11.5 sacks. Ralph Hawley with 5.5 sacks. They could be missing their quarterback, Nevada, Carson Strong. Nevada, obviously, they lost their coach, if you haven't heard. Western Michigan's look good. So I don't think I'm going to pick against Western Michigan here. I mean, they got some guys that can get it done. I think Carson Strong is out. Missing your quarterback in a bowl game is never ideal. Yeah, Carson Strong's out. He declared for the NFL draft. So it's Strong out, having to go to another quarterback. I don't see them getting it done. Give me Western Michigan over Nevada. I think Nevada has enough I think Western Michigan has enough defensive pieces to get it done. In offensive, they got some good wide receiver targets as well. So I got Western Michigan over Nevada. Now I'll transition back in the NFL Week 16 Sunday game. The biggest surprises, teams that surprised me the most. These are going to be the good surprising teams that I didn't expect them to have a big performance, but they did. How about the New York Jets getting it done over Jacksonville? I like that. I know Jacksonville's been struggling, but who doesn't like to see a Jet win? Buffalo. For sure, Buffalo was a surprise to me. Did not expect them to beat New England, especially by 2 scores. The third team that surprised me, There's one more team. Oh, Chicago Bears. They beat the Seattle Seahawks 25-24. In the snow, they got it done. Maybe that was a factor. So my three surprising teams, in a good way, was Chicago, New York Jets, and Buffalo. Now, the biggest upset in Sunday. I'm sure you all know where I'm leaning. Obviously, it was Houston over the LA Chargers, 41-29. Who expected that? If you picked that upset, I really applaud you, but I did not see that coming. That knocks LA out of the playoff picture now. Huge win for Houston to help out everybody in that playoff picture. So Houston with a 41-29 win over the LA Chargers. Justin Herbert just didn't have a good enough game. The Chargers couldn't get it done. So that's for sure the upset Sunday. Oh, I want to mention this also. A team that surprised me also was for sure the Dallas Cowboys. Almost 60 points, 56 points on prime time. I know they didn't play a great team in Washington. It's hard to score that many points on your one of your division rivals. Next, the biggest disappointment of the week. A team that disappointed me the most would be the LA Chargers. I picked them for the team that got upset, but this was a game that they needed to win for playoff contention. I expected them to get it done, and they lost to the Houston Texans, which I did not see coming at all. A huge upset that the Houston Texans pulled off. Didn't see that coming for sure. The Chargers are the disappointment of the week. This loss is really going to hurt them because they may not even finish second in the division. Now let's look, last topic, at the playoff picture now. Quickly analyze where everybody's at. Okay, so this is interesting now. Our team's still in the hunt in the AFC. Denver, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Miami, Las Vegas, the LA Chargers. Baltimore, they're the 7th seed even though they lost. That's surprising, but 8-7, they're still in there. 6 is New England. Bad loss against Buffalo today. They followed the 6th seed. The 5th seed is Indianapolis. They're quickly looking good. Don't think it'll be enough to win the division, but they're looking good. They're only a game down, but Tennessee has a pretty easy schedule to finish off. But Indianapolis at 9-6, they're the 5th seed. Buffalo taking control of the division. They're at 9-6 now. That was a big win for them. Cincinnati, they are the 3 seed at 9-6. Big win today over Baltimore, even though Baltimore was on their 3rd string quarterback. 2nd seed Tennessee at 10-5. Got that win on Thursday. And the number 1 seed in the AFC, my Kansas City Chiefs. Didn't think we would be here, honestly. If you told me we were here when we started the season, 2-3, I would not have believed you. But the Chiefs are 11-4. Got a win over Pittsburgh today. They're the 1 seed in the NFC. I'm sorry, in the AFC. Teams in the hunt in the NFC. Washington 6-9, pretty much eliminated, but not mathematically. Those are always surprising me. Atlanta also not technically done at 7-8. Neither is Minnesota at 7-8, and the New Orleans Saints 7-7. Big game tomorrow against Miami. If they win, they'll be tied for records with the 6th and 7th seed, San Francisco and Philadelphia. So Philadelphia at the 7th seed at 8-7, second in the division. San Francisco 3rd in the division at 8-7. Arizona has really fallen off. That's 3 losses in a row. Bad loss to Indianapolis yesterday on Christmas. They are 10-5, second in the division now. Tampa Bay got that win, a bounce back win where they scored 32 points on Carolina. They're the 4th seed now. The LA Rams, welcome to the 3rd seed. After taking the lead in the NFC West, 11-4, they're into the 3rd seed. Dallas is now in the 2nd seed at 11-4. And I expect Dallas to finish there, actually. I think they win out and finish 13-4. Green Bay, the 1 seed, they're at 12-3. They're the best team in football right now. I'll have power rankings out later, but the Green Bay Packers are the best team in football. So that's going to do it for this Sunday late night sports talk. Thank everybody that's gonna be watching this later. Yeah, I'll be on here for even though I already previewed Miami and New Orleans. I'll be on here probably. Should I? I might, yeah. Just to further preview that game, talk about anything that I didn't get to discuss. But we were on here for a while. We were on here for 40 minutes, which I didn't expect to be on this long. But we talked about some good topics. Maybe another. Oh, I forgot to say on the late night. I don't have any late night sport talks scheduled this week on the schedule. Probably add a few though. So Monday tomorrow the schedule is Monday Night Football kickoff show. Maybe the second half of Miami New Orleans if I have time. But thank you for listening. It was a great show.